If you live in India, you've probably seen a product from the Tata group of companies at some point. If you see cars running on the roads, you'll see Tata Motors. If you see planes flying in the air, you'll see Air India. And the famous Taj Hotel, owned by the Tata Group, is renowned worldwide. From power to fashion, and from tea to salt, the Tata Group of companies dominates everything. Over 100 companies, both large and small, across India are part of the Tata Group. Now, you might think that all this success is due to Ratan Tata's courage and vision. Yes, his contribution is certainly there, but the empire we see today has roots that go back 150 years. In today's video, we'll unravel this story and learn how a visionary realized his dreams and built the Tata Group into a global powerhouse. The Tata Group, a powerhouse, exports its products to over 150 countries, while the Tata Group manages its own operations in over 100 countries. According to a 2024 estimate, the Tata Group's capital is $403 billion, which is 335 trillion rupees in Indian currency, compared to 335 trillion rupees in Pakistani rupees. This figure is so large that it could repay Pakistan's debt not once, but twice. Whether it's automobiles, jewelry, salt, or leaf, from the airline industry to real estate services, the Tata Group has established itself in over 24 products and services. This journey to success wasn't started by Ratan Tata's grandfather, but by his great-grandfather, Jamsetji Tata. 156 years ago, with just 100 Indian rupees, Jamsetji started a cotton trading business with his father. He started his trading company, based on cotton, in 1868. Most of what he sold was exported, and some was purchased and sold as cloth by textile mills. This gave Jamsetji the idea that in addition to selling cotton, he should also open a textile mill. However, opening a mill required a significant investment, and investing so much money in a new business was quite risky. At that time, an oil mill in Chinchpakli was running at a huge loss and eventually closed. So he purchased the oil mill at a low price and converted it into a cotton mill. The mill was named Alexandra. 2 years later, he sold the loss-making mill at a profit and saved enough money to build a new manufacturing plant. At that time, Bombay was the hub of the cotton market, also known as the Cottonopolis of India. Jamsetji himself was a Bombay resident, yet he opened his new cotton mill in Nagpur, 770 kilometers from Bombay. This newly built mill was named Empress Mill. People in Bombay mocked him for building a mill so far from the cotton market. No one could understand why Jamsetji opened a mill in Nagpur when Bombay was the hub of the cotton market. But time proved that Jamsetji's decision was wise. First, the raw material, i.e., cotton crops, were mostly grown near Nagpur, so he faced no problem in supplying raw materials. Second, water supply was crucial. The process of turning cotton into textiles requires a lot of water, and Nagpur has numerous rivers and lakes, making water supply a non-issue. The third reason was labor availability. In cities like Bombay, the high demand for labor often led to labor shortages, and the high cost of labor in the city led to higher rates. Due to high unemployment in Nagpur, rates were very low and availability was high. There were no cotton mills in the area previously. Therefore, the workers there were not well trained and had to work very hard. Jamsetji noticed this. Workers didn't pay much attention to their work and would leave after some reason, and on most days, more than 20 workers were on leave. This troubled Jamsetji Tata greatly. But to resolve this issue, 150 years ago, he adopted a method that seems difficult to imagine even in today's modern era. Instead of scolding workers and cutting their salaries, he decided to provide them with additional facilities. He introduced a scheme that would provide all workers in his factories with a pension after retirement, and they were also provided with medical insurance. Sports days and family days were also organized for their entertainment. Workers who performed better were publicly rewarded. This all makes sense today, but in those days, doing so was nothing short of a dream. Interestingly, his scheme worked. Workers began to feel valued, treating the company as their own. Jamsetji believed that to strengthen India, it was essential that everything be manufactured in India. To achieve this mission, he continued his efforts and started establishing more companies. At that time, silk was considered a very premium fabric, and the highest class silk was imported from France. French silkworms were known worldwide for producing the finest silk. Jamshedji went to France and brought the breed of French silkworms to India, but the problem was that these silkworms were capable of producing high yields only in the European climate. Their survival in India was quite difficult. So he established a silk firm in Bangalore, where the climate was quite better, but not perfect, for this particular silkworm. Initially, he faced considerable difficulties, as French silkworms often developed diseases. To fix these problems, he first raised silkworms in a controlled environment. The concept of cotton farming was also introduced by Jamshedji Tata. Fortunately, this experiment worked, and thus, Jamshedji gave birth to Tata silk. This enabled India to produce the finest silk. Today, India is one of the largest silk producers in the world, and all this was possible because of those first experiments, innovations, and research. At that time, India was ruled by the British East India Company and the French East India Company. Jamshedji targeted the French East India Company, and in 1885, he formed a company in Pondicherry, the sole purpose of which was to introduce Indian textiles to the French colony. But this idea failed due to low demand. Beyond cotton, he wanted to expand his network further. He wanted that everything used in India should be manufactured entirely in India. He had 4 dreams: iron and steel, manufacturing, hotels, education, and hydroelectric plants. Only a hotel was the dream he could see fulfilled, and this was the Taj Mahal Hotel, completed in 1903. When the Taj Mahal Hotel first opened, it was the first hotel in India to have an electricity connection. American fans, German elevators, and Turkish baths were also installed. Initially, rooms at the Taj Mahal Hotel rented only 1 Indian rupee, which included an attached bathroom. There are many stories about the reason behind opening the Taj Mahal Hotel. It is said that Jamshedji once was denied permission to enter the famous Watson's Hotel in Bombay, now known as Esplanade Mansions, because it was built only for the British. For this reason, he decided to build the Taj Mahal Hotel. This story was narrated by Charles Allen. A renowned writer dismissed this as false and wrote that Jamshedji could not take such a small matter to heart. Instead, he was deeply attached to his city, Bombay, and wanted to give his hometown a gift. The Taj Mahal Hotel was designed so that every room offered a view of the sea, making it appear as if the hotel was floating on the ocean. At that time, the British were rapidly building a railway network throughout British India, which required thousands of tons of iron. Jamshedji's dream was to manufacture steel in India. Consequently, he began searching for iron reserves throughout India to produce steel. This search continued for 17 years, and finally, iron reserves were found in Bengal. The steel plant was commissioned in 1895, but unfortunately, Jamshedji was not destined to see steel being produced. He died in 1904, and to carry forward his unfinished mission, his son, Dorabji Tata, had to step in. To further this mission, the Iron and Steel Company, known today as Tata Steel, was established in 1907. It was Asia's first steel plant, and during World War II, the British met their steel demand through this plant. Under Dorabji Tata's leadership, the Tata Group began to grow rapidly. In 1910, India's first hydroelectric company, Tata Power, was established. Electricity was generated using natural waterfalls and artificial lakes. This power plant began supplying electricity to many large industries. At that time, science was advancing worldwide, and the Tata Group did not want India to lag behind. Therefore, they laid the foundation of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, to compete with the world in the fields of science and research. This institute also helped India develop its first computer and its first aircraft. The Tata Group wasn't just progressing on its own, it was also providing facilities for its workers that no other company in the world was adopting. Workers' shifts were limited to 8 hours so that they could finish early and return home to spend time with their families. Today, this Tata policy, introduced 100 years ago, is working all over the world. Dorabji Tata's life also came to a complete halt. He died in 1932, but during these 28 years, he had blessed the Tata Group with steel, power, science, and many other things. After J.R.D. Tata, the responsibility of the Tata Group fell into the hands of a family member, J.R.D. Tata. J.R.D. Tata had experience in aviation, so as soon as he took control, he decided to give India its own airline. J.R.D. Tata founded Tata Airlines. The foundation was laid, a revolution. India had its own airline. JRD Tata, as a pilot, flew the first flight himself, earning the distinction of being India's first commercial pilot. But after independence in 1947, the Indian government took control of many industries in India. This included Tata Airlines, which was renamed Air India. Now it was the turn of the chemical industry. JRD Tata realized that while chemical industries existed in India, they had to import most of the crucial chemicals from other countries to carry out their operations. For example, caustic soda and soda ash were needed to make products like glass, soap, and detergent. However, these chemicals were not produced in India. They were imported from other countries. For this reason, in 1939, a company called Tata Chemicals was established, which produced all the chemicals for India. The company significantly helped India grow in fertilizer and other sectors. After that, JRD Tata once again turned to transportation and started a truck and engine manufacturing company, which we know today as Tata Motors. Tata Motors manufactures many models of cars, trucks, and other vehicles. Tata Motors is still a major name in India's motor industry, and vehicles are even shipped from here to South Africa. Then, in the 1960s, when the world began to turn to computers and technology, Tata Group was not far behind. They created India's first software and IT company, TCS, or Tata Consultancy Services. In 1984, JRD Tata realized that people in India were very fond of tea, so Tata Group took steps to meet the demand for tea. He started a company called Tata Tea, and that company remains a major name in the world's tea-making companies. Furthermore, JRD Tata was now old, so he decided to leave the business. To take charge, he called one of his family members from the USA to India. This family member was none other than Sir Ratan Tata. Initially, Ratan Tata was given responsibilities only in Tata Steel, and he took Tata Steel from loss-making to profit. JRD Tata was very impressed, and for this reason, he made Ratan Tata the chairman of the Tata Group in 1991. Ratan Tata was a man of the modern era, and he wanted to use technology in everything. As soon as he became chairman, he realized that Tata Motors has been manufacturing cars and trucks. But even today, there is not a single car whose complete manufacturing is done in India, meaning some parts had to be imported. Therefore, Tata Motors set up a new car manufacturing plant, and in 1998, India's first car, the Indica, was launched. TCS, which previously only handled basic data entry and management, shifted to software development and became one of the world's leading software companies. Under Ratan Tata, the Tata Group began acquiring world-famous brands. Tata acquired the then-famous tea company, Tetley Tea. Tata Steel acquired Chorus Group, and Tata Motors acquired Jaguar.com. The Tata Group continues to grow rapidly and plays its role in every aspect of life, not just for people in India, but for people around the world. This is not the result of one person's hard work, but the result of the hard work of many over 150 years. We hope you will like and share this video. We thank you very much for your loving comments. In the next great video,